Good afternoon, it's Jeff at Buderim, and Wilma's here on the camera helping me here, and this afternoon I'm going to make my potato and sweet corn soup. And I've just come out of the garden and I've just finished washing these potatoes that we dug about 10 minutes ago, and I'm just going to cut them up for the soup. And the first stage I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stock from a snapper frame. I caught him a couple of weeks ago and filleted the fish and kept the head for a fish head soup, and I've got the frame. So I'm just going to let that simmer in 3 cups of water. I'm not going to let it come to the boil, I'm just going to let it come to a simmer, because if you let it boil it'll get a real fishy flavour and you don't want it to taste too fishy. You just get a nice flavour out of the frame if you let it all break down without coming to the boil. You get all the juice from around the fins and from around the bones, and get a nice flavour out of it, and plus all the goodness out of it as well. So we'll come back and we'll just take a little break and we'll come back on the next step. Rightio, so we're advancing along here with our potato and sweet corn soup. So I've strained the stock out of the fish frame. Just over to the left here you can see all the bones left over. So you can see here I didn't let the backbone completely break up and get all the stuff from inside the bones out in there. It gets it real fishy. So we've got a nice stock here. So what I'm going to... Okay, so as soon as this comes to the boil here, I'm just going to add my sweet corn. I've got 3 over here to the left here, Wilma. I've got them out of the freezer, 3 and a bit cobs of super sweet corn, and I've got half a kilo of these potatoes that I've cut up. As you can see, I've left the skin on, so we don't peel our potatoes that we pick that we grow. And now in this frying pan, I've got the heat on. I've chopped up about 3 shallots, finely chopped up 3 shallots. Pardon the noise. And I've got 2 teaspoons of minced ginger, or chopped up ginger. And I've got 3 garlic cloves, minced them in there. I'm not going to cook these very long, just enough to saute a little bit, and then turn the heat off just till the garlic goes a lightish brown. I'm just going to stir it through a bit. So what we've got in this fry pan, we've got shallots, garlic and ginger. And we'll come back when we get to the next. Yeah, so we're back again now. So we're here in this stage of the operation. Everything's nicely cooked. I'm just going to take the sweet corn out, and we're going to just take the seeds off then, and just let this cool down a little bit, because I'm going to blend it with our hand blender, which has got a lot of plastic on it, so we don't want to sort of just... Now we've got our mixture of garlic, shallots and ginger. I'm going to add that to it. Here's the noise.
You're noisy.
Yeah, a bit noisy today. Now we're going to add to that, we're going to add a bit of the sweet chilli sauce. This is for the one we made a couple of months ago. It's not very hot, this one. So we're going to put a bit of that in there. Now to that we're going to add, I've got about half a cup of spring onions chopped up. I'm going to add probably half of that to it. Maybe that. Just let that cook in that heat. Now I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt in there. Teaspoon of salt. I've got about Maybe a dessert spoon of basil pesto in the form of an ice block. So I'll just put that in there. That's, we grew that ourselves a couple of years ago. We made a big heap of pesto and froze them in ice blocks. So what we've got here is we've got a container of light sour cream. We're going to put about half of that in there. What we're going to do is we'll give the video a little rest, and we'll come back and we. Alright, so what we've done with the soup cooled down a bit, and we've blended it with our hand blender, and it's taken on a nice consistency there, and got nice little green flecks through it coming from the pesto and the shallots, and so I'm just going to clean this blender. I'm not going to turn the blender on. I've made enough noise on this video. So what I also want to point out that I took all the kernels off the cobs and added half the kernels to the soup before I blended it, and I've got the other half to go in. I'm just going to put them in there. So say you got something with a little bit of chunkiness in there. So, and I've still got the some spring onions left over as a garnish when we dish it up. So we're just going to mix those seeds in there, and so we'll probably have to warm it up again before we serve it up. And Wilma had a taste of it, and can you give a description of?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was yummy.
Yeah, I had a taste, and it was all right, pretty all right too. So we're going to have this probably with a piece of fried fish and a bit of crusty bread, toasted crusty bread roll.
And some fried rice.
And maybe a bit of fried rice, yeah, for sure. Okie doke. So that's it's getting quite cold outside, so it's the right weather for soup. Okie doke. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. All the best. Bye.